Stacy Sims, and we are back with more of The Sims 4 Black Widower Challenge. And I'm recording this part directly after the last one. I'm just having so much fun today recording my Sims that I'm actually recording like an episode every fucking day for the week. And I've recorded so much that I can actually put other stuff so that even last week we had an episode every day. Because I was ahead, so half of the stuff that went up last week didn't have seasons because I was ahead. And then, like, so I've recorded so much. If I spread it out, I would be ahead for like 3 weeks, but I don't want to do that. So everything, we're going to have Sims every single freaking day, which isn't going to be normal. Don't get used to that. It's just, I had a lot of time today and I've been having a lot of fun playing with seasons and all the different things. And, so I've just really wanted to record a bunch of stuff, and I don't know, I'm just really into it today, so we're going to have a lot of stuff this week, so that's good. I mean, obviously you've seen that, because by the time this post, most other stuff will go up, because since I have 2 episodes of this going up this week, so anyway. So now Dante is living with Olive. He is at level 7 in his guitar skill, so he's going to be able to, oh my god, no. What? Oh, no. Wake her up. Oh, girl, wake up. Girl, wake up. I just thought of this. Yeah. No, we're not trying for baby. He's not going to get anybody pregnant. We're not going to, unless it happens by accident. I'm not doing that on purpose. No. Girl, get up. Girl, wake up. Yeah, girl, wake up. Get over here. We have not ever wooed with her. My God, she asked us to move in and we didn't, like, knock her boots. You know what? Olive is just a very easy, simple soul. She's very innocent. She's very naive. We kind of already know that. She's kind of already fallen for his shtick. Other women, it's going to be harder. He's going to have to woo them. He's going to have to, seduce them a lot to get into the moving in stage, or to even be able to marry them. I mean, that's the goal, because there are definitely going to be women who are not going to be so quick to, fall for his charms, even though he's really skilled at this. Olive is very easy. She's very naive. She's very, kind of, I don't know. She's easy to manipulate. You know what I mean? Because she wants so much to just, I want to be in love, and I want this romance, and oh my God, and I'm so, like, she just, I don't know, she's just not, he acquired the woohoo skill. Good, you're gonna need that. You are going to need that for later. But, so Olive is, we said we kind of share some information about Olive and her stuff. So let's have you, since you're feeling, let's have you just come over here and, let's have you practice. I want to get your skill up. What's this? Oh, digitally disposed. What's this for? Hold on. Multitasking with the newsfeed on the toilet is both efficient and informative. I'm going to have you come over here and pluck some inspiration. Or actually, practice is what it was. Hi, Dante. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Like, Dante. Click, click. And again, so I'm sorry, because again, I'm recording this after the last episode. I don't know. The episode where I'm like, should I get him a pet or whatever isn't up yet. And that probably would have been a better thing, but I guess I just wasn't anticipating being this far ahead. Or I wasn't anticipating all the mods and everything working so well with seasons. I kind of was like, well, maybe we won't be able to record for a while, but we just managed really well. All of the custom content, everything is great. Mods got fixed really fast, so woohoo! Yeah. So we're good. But yeah, so Olive, I mean, I cannot remember how much of his backstory I gave you in the first part or 2. So we know, obviously, that he went to prison. His whole family's been kind of destroyed, and he is seeking revenge. His, when he was young, so I mean, young, like, he's child age. He had a younger sister, and she actually drowned in a terrible accident. And no one ever really knew kind of what happened. She had been out, there was like a little lake in a creek kind of area near their house. And it was kind of those times where you could go run down the street with your friends. You could go off and you didn't have to worry about people kidnapping you or getting murdered or, you know, whatever. Like, it was a much more innocent time. And, you know, so she had been off with her friend and, you know, they couldn't find her for a while. She never came home. Okay, so wait, Love Day was pretty good. Olive got to do a lot of things she wanted to do, but not everything. Next year she hopes to do even more. Yeah, but you already had a successful Love Day. You already completed your tradition, so it's weird that we went into, like, we moved him in and now all of a sudden we have to start over. I don't know. I mean, we could have done more, but we already did it, basically. So I'm counting it as a success. But anyway, right, so she had gone off with her friend and she was supposed to be home by a certain time and she didn't come home and they went out looking for her and they couldn't find her. And then, you know, her friend had basically said, oh, no, her parents were like, oh, yeah, she came home early. And, you know, she said that they were, you know, they had an argument and she left and they went home early. Like, they split up, went home early. And it seemed kind of suspicious. And they were like, okay, well, maybe, you know, his younger sister, maybe she just went off and was hiding somewhere because she was mad because this was her best friend, you know? And then they ended up, you know, it was days later, they found her body, obviously, that she had drowned. And, you know, everyone in the family was so distraught and everything. And of course, so was Dante, but it kind of started to dawn on him when he was stuck in this prison, you know, thinking about things and reflecting on his life and all these horrible things that keep happening to him and his family, you know. And now it's all his burden because his whole family is pretty much gone, right? And he's thinking about it and things just didn't add up. And he's starting to think about it as an adult, you know, because as a kid, you're just distraught. Your younger sibling is deceased. You're a child. You don't know how to deal with these things. And you don't think about it. But, you know, and then he starts wondering, like, just all the things, all the research he's been doing, all the education that he's been giving himself while there and just talking to other people. And, you know, kind of like the Count of Monte Cristo because... Well, and it just kind of ended up working out that way. And I mean, this is kind of where we're going with it. Like, that's kind of part of the inspiration for this, obviously mixed in with the Black Widow challenge and like the backstory came, you know, I kind of had the Count of Monte Cristo in my head when I was kind of thinking of this. And then still impressed that his name was Dante. Just randomize name. That's the first one you come up with, game? Yes. Love it. I'm still pretty impressed by that. Anyway, so, you know, he obviously would have had this, you know, older prisoner, someone who'd been there for a while, who was like, you know what, I'm not going to try to fight the system. It is what it is. Wrongfully imprisoned, just like he was. And he, you know, kind of, I don't want to say lured, because that's not what it is, but he kind of led Dante to being able to figure some things out and, like, conclusions and things that he didn't want to think about in any of the situations that we're going to find he's gone through. There are certain things that you just don't want to think about. You're in denial. And then later you're like, oh my God, it's so obvious if it wasn't me in that situation. And for him, that was that his sister's friend's story didn't seem to add up. You know, it just seemed like she was normally just a very quiet, shy kind of girl, and she was very in this insistent, oh yeah, no, we had to fight, blah, 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 and like, nobody really asked, nobody kind of forced it, but it seemed to be almost rehearsed. And, you know, Dante's remembering this, and of course, when, you know, as an adult, you're thinking, maybe I'm imagining it, but he's so angry, and he's been in prison for, like, long enough, and just so fueled by this anger and this revenge and this hate for everything that's happened in his family that when he's thinking back, you know, maybe he's not thinking clearly. Maybe he's exaggerating it. Maybe it's exactly what happened and he's remembering it exactly. I mean, who knows? We're never going to know. All we know is what went through he's so good at playing guitar. I'm really enjoying this as like the background because it's almost sad. It's kind of like a sadder song as we're thinking about this. So it's like he knows we're telling his story and he's like, I'm going to play this lamenting kind of song because we're talking about my long dead sister who was way too young to die, right? And obviously, if you haven't figured it out, Olive was the childhood friend. That's why we're here. That's why we're with Olive, because he blames Olive for his sister's death. He thinks, and again, whether this is 100% accurate and he's remembering it exactly the way it happened, or he's now lost his mind so much that he's kind of exaggerating what happened in his head, we will never know. All we know is the facts to Dante is that he's been able to piece together anyway. So his assumption is basically whether they had a fight or not, something happened, and he actually believes that if they had a fight and maybe they were arguing and fighting and maybe they got a little physical and Olive might have pushed his sister and she might have hit her head and drowned, and then Olive freaked out and ran away and didn't tell anyone and just let her die. Or maybe Olive just left and then his sister died and she feels guilty. He's kind of leaning more towards she actually killed her. Accident or not, he's basically upset. I know he's almost there, but he's basically upset because in his mind, if they had a fight and she left and then she felt guilty about the friend dying, she wouldn't have been so, no, we had a fight and I have no idea what happened to her and I left her and we split ways. No, she wouldn't have sounded so guilty. She would have been like, no, we had a fight and, I left and I have no idea what happened. And then she would have been a little more upset, but she seemed already upset to him in his memory, So his only assumption based on what he knows, and he was able to, once he got out of prison, obviously, he was already he had his hit list going and he was like, she killed her, and he did research and actually sure. Why not? It's The Sims. He got his hands on that information because it's public record, right? So you can do a lot of research. You can get access to newspapers, public record stories, all things like that. So he got access to these stories, right? The story of his sister's death, accidental death, quote unquote, her murder to him, while he was in prison. And, just reading the reports and everything, he's starting to be suspicious. And, there was head injury, and he's thinking that, they kind of figured it might have happened after she died before. They don't know. They just know she drowned. That was it. But he thinks that they kind of got into an argument and that Olive might have pushed his sister. And she ended up, hitting her head, and Olive could have saved her when she fell in the river, the creek, the lake, whatever. But she didn't. She got mad and she left. And whether she left because she was scared, or she left because she was angry and she didn't care. I mean, he doesn't really know, and it doesn't really matter to him, because what matters is just the end result. Olive killed his sister, and he blames her for it because she could have saved her, even if she hit her head, and she had suffered a brain injury and died. At least Olive would have tried, but she didn't. She basically left her for dead and ran away and tried to cover it. She didn't tell anyone what happened, and he blames her for his sister's death, and that's basically. So I gave you the whole backstory, but that's basically why we're here. So. He obviously went for Olive first because she was very easy. She definitely wouldn't remember him at all. And she's kind of the first step. She's going to be the easiest person to, because he's done his research on all of these women, kind of. She's the easiest to get his hands on first. The easiest one to get into her life. Just because she's very naive and innocent and just so desperate to kind of almost fit in, because she's always been that way. She was always a little awkward and shy and quiet, and now that she's an adult, she's trying really hard to fit in. That's why she's she's got her tattoos and she's artsy and she works for this artist and does stuff for them and whatever, and she's into the music scene and all this stuff because it's these trendy people that she hangs out with, and she thinks that's going to kind of impress them. And I mean, who knows? Maybe she's actually really into this stuff, or maybe it's just, yeah, I'm into it because other people are into it. You know what I mean? We all know people like that, right? And there are things that, you get into as you get older. I think she does enjoy some of the stuff. She enjoys music and stuff like that. But I don't think it was something that she probably would have normally gotten into on her own if it wasn't for, I'm trying to be like these other people. So based on just kind of that perception of her, because, obviously he did his research, he's kind of scoped her out a little bit, kind of saw from a distance, who she was and what she was kind of into. And, you know, he does his intel, he does his scoping. So he figured that out about her, and that's why he's basically crafted the personality for himself. Again, obviously, his Sims personality is always going to be the same. He's a genius, he's a perfectionist, he's a loner, he's got the alluring trait, whatever. But this persona that he's presenting to her with the musician and the, yeah, you know, I'm a little, you know, the long hair and the kind of like laid back kind of vibe, that is sculpted for her to kind of lure her in. And now he's in her home. They live together. He's going to woo her. They're going to get married. And actually, are they boyfriend, girlfriend? I think they already are, right? I just want to make sure, because I want to make sure we do that. She is. Soulmates! Until you kill her. I suppose I should have made him evil as opposed to a loner. Just because I'm kind of, I don't... Should I make him evil instead of a loner? Because the loner thing is good. I wish we had more trait slots. And I thought I had a mod that enabled more traits, but it hasn't worked for a while. Because I haven't been able to add extra traits, but because I don't want him to be sad when she dies. What I might do is, you know, he's going to have the sad moodlet or whatever, which will be good because maybe, you know, the other women that he's, well, the problem is I don't want him to meet the other women because then they would know him and whatever. I think it's okay if Danica is his second victim, if we kind of fit her in there. Because obviously all these women know him. They've met him before. Some of them have met him before, some of them haven't. Obviously Olive has, you know, because she hung out at his house a lot, but he was a kid, so she wouldn't remember him. Girl number 2, we're not going to talk too much. She would know him, but she might not recognize him because of all the changes and whatever. And obviously he changed his name. So his real family name and his real name is a mystery that even we don't know. My God, his voice is pretty. He's gonna woo me and then stab me. Whatever, get stabby with it, Dante. You're beautiful. But I'm thinking what would be kind of interesting is after he kills Olive, if Danica is girl number 2, it might be interesting because she will already have welcome to the neighborhood. God, guys, it's been like a month. Who are you people and where are you? Who are you? Where are you? Oh, you just walked right in, didn't you? Oh! Yay! Matilda! Invite her in. She's already fucking in, but it's okay. Hi, I love her. I made her for just no freaking reason because I never used her in LP. I just made her. I just love her. She is strange. That's why she's Matilda Strange. She's got this like little rockabilly kind of thing, but she's a little punk at the same time. But then she's wearing the cute little light-colored floral. Oh my God, I love her. I love her. We should. Oh my God, I'm putting her on my list of like we have to put her in an LP somewhere. We're not doing her in this one because I don't want to kill her. Matilda. So these are why, like, I have so many Sims that I create that I absolutely love, and, like, she's the only person, I guess, that showed up. She's our welcome wagon? Like, really? Nobody else lives in this damn building? And you just eat my fruit. Whatever. Did you bring me a goddamn crap cake? I mean, a fruit cake? Did you? Did you? Did you just show up at my house and not bring me a damn thing? Like, that's rude. That's rude, Matilda. Came over, you're eating my shit. Anyway. 3 first kisses. Well, that's going to take a while. Because we can't have a first kiss with somebody. Let's see. Well, we still have to get her painting up. Actually, yeah, you know what, though? Does she know what's her face? She does not. Okay. Well, we can have her come over here and greet Matilda. Give her a friendly introduction. So Danica came over to visit us. Because I like that idea because Danica does have a husband, but we might have to cause him to have an accident. Oh my God, guys. I just thought of the best thing. So like, Danica could be the artist, or could also work for the artist that Olive works for, right? And that's how they know each other. They don't really actually know each other, but we'll fix that, right? She could be our girl number 2, and this is how he gets to girl number 2. Most of the other ones, he's going to kind of do the scoping out, and then once he's murdered his wife, that's when he's going to go into the, I am now ready to meet this other woman because I've crafted the persona for this woman. But with Danica, the option is, you know, he knows her now because she's friends with Olive, and then her husband and Olive are in a tragic accident together. And Olive is going to drown. He's going to make her pay the way his sister died. That's kind of what I want. So it's something like that. Like, that's what I want to do with all of them, depending on how they died. Like, I want to pick the best Sims death that fits. But we might also craft it around whatever's convenient. You know, like, if it's winter and, like, I don't know, the woman did, or like, you know, with Olive, say we didn't have a drowning option. We do. But let's say we don't have an option that works for what they've done. We could be like, oh, well, maybe they freeze to death accidentally. You know, so we'll have to change it. But I knew with Olive, his goal was to, I'm going to give you the same treatment you gave my family, you know? And like some of them obviously caused his family's downfall, and it wasn't like they didn't murder someone specifically. So he can't, like, I'm going to murder you by, you didn't murder anyone in my family. But in this case, like Olive did. He blames her for her sister's drowning, so he's going to drown her. But what would be really interesting is, you know, he becomes friends with Danica. Danica's Olive's friend. They work together, and they all go out on a boating trip, and there's a boating accident. And he's going to save Danica, or maybe she doesn't go with them. You know, maybe she's called away at the last moment because he doesn't want her to die because he's afraid. And then he escapes the boating accident, obviously, because he sets it up, right? And he kills off Danica's husband and Olive. And then that's how he ingrains himself to Danica. And that's how he moves in on her because she's Olive's friend and her husband died. And then it's like, oh, we're together in our grief. And then, you know, because Danica's husband, actually right now, the sim that is her husband, is total opposite of her. He is not really near, he is a little more like, you might have seen him in any of my other games, Brody McCallum. He's basically like the weird Johnny Depp for, like, you're like, you're cute, but you are so weird. And he's just out there, and he's a little bit more spaced out, you know, kind of relaxed vibe guy than freaking Dante is, right? So he could then craft himself and be like, you know what? And then he goes more into his, like, preppy self for Danica. You know? Like, you know what? This isn't really me, but, you know, it's what made Olive happy. And then he goes into this preppy thing, and then that lures, like, Danica in more, and he turns himself into her perfect man. And, like, you know what I mean? And that's almost like his stepping stone to, like, how he's like, all right, now I need to craft myself before I woo these women, because now I got the base 2 girls, you know? I like it! Okay, so I know we just spoiled some of it, but we just don't know, you don't know who Danica really is, and, like, how he knows her, and who she is, and all that stuff like that. And it's actually funny, because then Danica, it makes her backstory actually a little more interesting, because, just because of who she is, and who she, like, this, like, the, like, her like, who she is to him, and then who she is now in the world. Like, yeah, I think it makes him a little more interesting. Yeah! Oh my god, yeah, no, I think that might work. That might work. I might have to change the backstory for Girls 2 a little bit. Just a little bit, but we can work that out. But anyway, so yeah, so that is basically his whole thing with her. Let's just come over here and be a little flirty with her. And let's discuss color theory. Yeah, you know, we gotta woo her. So she's happy, she's totally in love, and we are like, become best friends. No. Like, no. Declare weather preference. Declare love for Rain. He loves Rain because Rain is solemn and sad and the water, and she's like kind of scared. Oh, and that's even better. Ever since that day, she'll go swimming and stuff like that. But she's really not a huge fan of like being out in open water. Like pools are fine, like whatever, but she's not a huge water person. But he starts talking about boating and everything, and then Brody's into it. That's Danica's husband and all this stuff. And then even Danica's totally into it because because she's got her own little boat and she's the yachtswoman or whatever, And I was like, I was going to look at the holiday. There was no holiday. Okay, so it's the last day of summer. Ooh, it's spring. And then... oh my God, it's beautiful. So I really love this. I really love this. I fucking love it. I'm going to have you come over here. I'm going to have you practice some more because your skill is almost ready to where you can fucking marry her. And then what we might do is we might invite Danica and Brody over for a dinner party. I don't think we can do custom holidays right now. Well, I did add a holiday. I think it's events that you can't add. So we could add like a summer solstice holiday, like the first day of summer, where you celebrate. Let's do that. Let's actually do that. I'm going to, because that's Sunday, I'm going to add a holiday. Let's call it the summer solstice. And let's find something that's bright and sunny that says summer. There is nothing. There's nothing. We need something. We need more icons. We need more holiday icons. Because I need something with the bright sun. I guess we're just going to... You don't roast weenies. This is not a barbecue. Decoration theme is none. We are going to... Let's see. You want to invite friends over. Let's see. There's going to be drinking. Let's see. No, I don't think because it's the first day of... We could have a grand meal, maybe? What's this? Invite guests. Click on a phone and select invite hangout, then socialize with at least 2 of your guests. Yeah, let's do that. Party spirit. Drink, dance, play an instrument, tell jokes for... That's perfect. Streaking, tell stories. No, I think, that would probably be it. I mean, we really need more traditions. Is it sad that we literally just got this and I'm like, we need more shit in here? We need more tradition. I mean, I guess because they're traditions versus like club activities. I'm just thinking more like, I want to have more things to do. But you just have simple things. So you just come in. I mean, you could do art and music spirit, but you have drinking, you have gas, you have the party spirit. I think that kind of works. We don't need to worry about, I think we could do a grand meal. But maybe we'll do baking. You know what I mean? Like the smell of treats. Click on the stove and select bake or cook. Yeah, let's do baking. So you make some baked goods, you have some drinks, you party, you invite your friends over. So summer solstice that's pretty much it. So I think that's great. So we're going to have that. That'll be tomorrow. And we'll invite Danica and Brody over. We'll chit-chat with them. And normally I think summer solstice would be the perfect time to like light a bonfire and like do all that stuff. But yeah, and I think what would be really good... He's so ridiculous. That is just the silliest painting ever. It's just silly. Sweetie, this is silly. It's actually kind of cute. I feel like... I want to put this in his inventory because I feel like what he could do would be really nice to give that to Danica as a gift. Like give a gift to her of this pop art painting that he did. Is this his? Oh, we can resume that when we're done. He'd be like, look, you like art, and it was one of the first paintings I did, and it's not that great. She'd be like, oh my god, oh, but, and she'd come up with some crazy shit because she's, you know, whatever. She is more like the analytical side of art, but anyway. I am so excited. I just want to keep playing this game. I can play for hours. I am going to wait, though. I want him to get to level frickin' 8 before we end this part. So he is almost frickin' there. And that means, because what I'm really hoping for is they're going to have their summer solstice party, and toward the end of it, before everybody leaves, he is going to propose to, what's-her-face? We could technically propose to her right now. Yes! Yes, Dante! Dante's Inferno! Oh, that's also true. That's pretty funny. Yes! And we're at painting level 4, which means we can introduce ourselves technically to our next girl, which is, we already are introduced to her if we make it Danica, so that's perfect. Oh, he's painting a potato. Yeah, that's not good, honey. That's not good, but it's okay. Anyway, I am so fucking excited. So, by the time this goes up, obviously, you will have seen the 2 parts ago. Part 4, I think. This is part 6, I think? I don't know. Anyway, that part is going up. Let me check, actually. Let's see. Yeah. Part 4, I think, is the part where I asked you if he should have a dog, companion, friend, blah, blah, blah. And if you said yes to that and you thought that was a good idea, I will add his doggy friend in, and we will just, you know, pretend that it's his dog and it wasn't, what's-her-face, and we'll just pretend that he had it from beforehand. Or, you know what, he just went to the pound one day while she was at work, and he decides to get a dog, and she's like, oh, okay, you know, because here's the thing. Now that he's in and he's going to propose and everything, she's kind of invested with this, right? And everybody knows they're together. If he got a dog and she didn't like dogs, it's like, too bad. Too bad, sweetie. I think he's going to adopt an adult dog, though. So we will either adopt a dog or we'll just go in and randomly create one for him, something like that. We could also just find a stray. I don't know. So we'll see what I think about. I'm gonna think about it, but by the time you guys have at least seen that part, you know, we'll know, so that when I record the next part, we'll know what we want to do with the dog, dog-wise, just because, yeah, I'll be recording the parts after this before you see this, because I'm a week ahead. That's the way it works, but at least for now. But yeah, wow, this is horrifying. We're gonna sell that because it's terrifying. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time for the summer solstice. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.